You want some advanced Millia stuff you haven't seen before? I got that right here. If you haven't watched the previous guide, I recommend doing so because we'll be implementing some of the techniques introduced in that guide and not going over the other ones because we already did. Let's dive into this. Now in the corner, the way to get max damage with Millia usually ensures making the enemy pop into the air, or if you catch them in the air. As long as they're airborne, her forward heavy slash will cause them to do a bounce on the ground, which you can take advantage of by doing her Mirage command dash. After doing so, either do close slash or crouching kick, as both will let you go into it again. The rule of thumb to remember with this is that if you caught them high enough, go into another close slash, as it will net you more damage. If they aren't high up enough, you go into a crouching kick, or if you've already done a couple loops, you always do crouching kick because they start to fall out of the combo faster, and that will be the only way you can hit them and keep them in it. Learning these loops can also make it a lot easier to go into your angel super. If you dash into the wall, your close slash will be getting the wall break, and then you just input that. Speaking of supers, let's go over a combo that will remedy the problem we had of them falling out by being too high up on the wall. As you take them up in your usual air combo, instead of finishing off after your second air dash with another slash and then heavy slash, do your capel, and then as you're falling, input either a jumping heavy slash or a kick. The kick is safest, but jumping heavy slash will of course get a tiny bit more damage. Now this is possible to do on both heavy and light character, like the whole cast, everyone. Now sometimes if you're close enough, you can get a jumping heavy slash before the capel to get an extra hit, but I wouldn't say that's something to worry about right now. It's very spacing specific and character dependent, so just get the thing that works universally on the cast and guarantee yourself those hard knockdowns. So there it is. Those are some really strong combo options to add without counter hits. But let's go over some of the counter hit. In the intermediate guide, we talked about how once you get a strong counter hit punish, you go into Mirage and then you can get a full combo, which still holds. That's still amazing to do. However, as you know, it's probably kind of hard to get those heavy slash counter hit punishes. This combo still holds true if you get one of your slash counter hits, but can only be one hit, either crouching slash into crouching heavy slash or first hit of standing slash, only first hit into the crouching heavy slash. Once you do the Mirage, you will then be able to pick it up with a close slash and go into an air combo or a ground combo. Now for the air combo, you need to use jumping kick on everyone to make it pick up. No slashes here. They will whiff. Oh yeah, and just like how in the last guide we talked about using the first hit of heavy slash and then the air dive to get a super out if you wall splat, if you counter hit with the first hit of heavy slash, you can do the air dive and then do a normal combo. It's pretty much the air version of that heavy slash into Mirage command dash. Also, I really want to take this time to note the different kinds of opportunities off of your hair cars counter hits depending on spacing. Now, if you're right next to them, you can actually, without even walking, get a close slash and then go into those loops in the corner, or in mid-screen, go into your standard close slash follow-ups. If you are a little bit far away, it will require a dash. And if you're the max distance of the hitbox, you want to run up and get a kick into forward heavy slash and a follow-up. Once you get it down, I recommend doing it run up and crouching kick instead of standing one. It comes out a little faster, and the crouching kick pops the person up just like those corner loops and creates a very consistent follow-up. So I hope that was all very digestible, because now we're at the really hard but incredibly fun concept of fast RCs. As a reminder, this is when you cancel a Roman cancel with a move, and these can be used in combos, neutral, every aspect of the game. So in the corner, for example, or just next to the opponent mid-screen, you get access to a very scary low into 50-50 option. Usually you never want a hair car next to someone. You become punishable, it's gonna go bad, but if you have 50 meter, you can go into hair car, which is already a low they have to block. And after that, you can fast RC into a jumping kick overhead. This will combo into your crouching kick and dust, so then you can start up your loop pressure. Once you get that down, if the opponent then has a read on that, you can fast RC down and go right into a low kick. So same result, and it's very strong. Also note that if you commit to this mix-up and the opponent gets caught by the hair car first, the crouching kick will whiff, and then you can either go into your normal follow-ups with close slash, or if you're mashing crouching kick, you can still get one and then go into those loops we mentioned before. Bad Moon is another move that gets incredibly scary when you have meter. By doing a fast RC forward mid-screen into close slash, you can convert a Bad Moon that you can get from, any move that you fish out, including a jumping punch, into a full carry combo. In the corner, go into a crouching heavy slash, and then you can start up your disc loops. Now this is all about timing even before the cancel comes into it, because to make these work, you need to be Roman canceling initially when you are essentially crash landing into the ground. Kind of like L canceling if anyone's played Melee. Doing it at this moment puts you into a standing state, so you get access to your standing moves. But if you do it too early or late, it'll be during the fall or when you bounce back from the moon impact, and it will fail. And if the opponent managed to do the standing block for the moon, you can always go into that close slash we did before, or be really cheeky and just go right into crouching slash slash, and then combo off that. So these are the concepts to definitely, if you're gonna start with something, start with this, because I know this is a lot to take in and it's a lot to practice. Something that's also really cool that is probably easier is getting a fast RC off of a grab. Now grabs have tremendous scaling on the damage that follows up, which means early hits are incredibly important. So using one of those early hits for the combo scaling on the pop-up of a normal roaming cancel usually makes it a lot weaker in terms of damage. Now in the air, it's usually actually worth the consistency of the punish to just get the pop. You can do a forward cancel RC into your normal air combo, but because Millia jumps away during the grab, it adds some really tricky air momentum. However, what's really cool is on her grounded grab. If you time the moment she snaps the opponent's neck and fast RC into a slash, if you did up, towards, neutral, any of that, the slash will whiff and then you can go into your close slash follow-up. Now this is a lot easier to pick up, and because you can choose which direction you throw someone, you can usually from mid-screen get to any wall break so long as they don't burst out. This makes your Oki game even more scary, and of course fast RCs make all of your disc options even scarier too. You can get extra side switches and pretty much anything you can dream of. Okay, we'll move on in just a moment, but I'm gonna leave you with one combo that I found that I haven't seen anywhere else and I think is quite strong and honestly really fun. So starting with this close slash or crouching slash, that doesn't really matter. The most important thing is getting crouching heavy slash to put the person up and then going into hair car. You can do it from normal standing heavy slash, but this is the always consistent way. Now the moment you hit with the hair car, fast RC into your jumping heavy slash. This is the same timing we did for the corner mix up into the jumping kick. However, unlike a jumping kick or even a jumping slash, if you do a jumping heavy slash, it will actually bring Millia down and cause her to whiff her attack, but you'll retain that forward momentum. This lets you dash, pushing the opponent as they fall with your body, and then you can go into a close slash and take them right to the wall. It's fast and fun and a very good starting point to get comfortable with fast RCing. Now I'm gonna give you a final really strong technique to get down, which will elevate your mix-up game on block so much. Of Millia's normal moves on the ground, her standing kick and close slash are both jump cancelable. In fact, this is a good time to say especially her close slash is an amazing burst bait tool. If you think the opponent's going to burst, you can jump during either the first or second hit of her close slash, block. It's a prediction, you know, you'll drop the combo if they don't do it, but block and then you can get a full punish after if they get scared, and you get two options, so really strong. But because it's jump cancelable, this also lets you get a bad moon off of your close slash if you input it fast enough. Looking at my bottom left, it's pretty much like you're doing a J as your motion instead of just the quarter circle forwards. Again, this is another move that it just takes practice. You might get it the first day, you might not, but don't beat yourself up. This is one of those things that you do just like for a minute every time you log into practice. This is so strong because usually, you know, on block, your only mix-up was maybe delaying your crouching slash or such, but that was your main follow-up from close slash. It was pretty much just lows or your teleport dash, which can get grabbed and punished. But now, when you have this, which is an unseeable high, you get, once you have this in your arsenal, a true 50-50 high-low mix-up. This is then boosted incredibly by all the techniques that we learned today. So just give a couple minutes every time you log in to just practice this kind of thing. Alright, final thing for this guide is using Faultless defense offensively, which we'll get into in a moment, but first I want to throw out something really cool, which is I was mistaken in one aspect in the previous video, but in a good way. Getting these blue dash RCs instead of purple ones are not only possible forwards, they are also possible up. Now this might have changed with the patch since I don't remember being able to do it before, but regardless, I'm happy we can do this now. You actually get access to even new routes with Millia. Even if not the most damage, very stylish. Alright, now with FD. What you may have noticed while practicing Faultless defense after an air dash is when you air dash over the opponent, it causes you to face them instead of, you know, if you mash air dash, dashing away from them for the second one. This is really strong for if you dash over, you can flash the Faultless defense and then air dash over for a heavy attack, or you flash the Faultless defense, you fall quicker and you get them with a low. Because you're falling even faster, this is even great just on the same side to flash out before you grab them or you go into a low on your delayed discs. Even though it's just a flash of green and not a move, it's more visual noise for the opponent to react to. Trust me, my amounts of hits on the opponent went up drastically when I added that in. And once you're ready for the super high level mind game, you know, your opponent's predicting, oh, when the green flashes, they're gonna grab me or they're gonna hit low, like they know to check those options. Well, and this is the tightest timing, but if you dash, flash the green, and dash again immediately after you just show it, you will have time to do your heavy slash, effectively baiting intentions of going low and opening them up overhead. And this kind of fully ties together the cycle of layers that you have with Millia. You always have an answer now to your opponent expecting whatever option they do. Alright, good stuff for sticking through all this. This was so much information to digest. You've learned special interactions in the corner to get Millia's max damage, both from looping combos as well as bringing aerial opponents to the ground to finish them off with the super. You've learned even more follow-ups off counter hits that are applicable at different spaces on the stage that can result in corner carry combos or going into your high damage combos. Fast RCs are now a part of your world, being possible for mix-ups on block, new combo routes, and higher damage combo routes. And you'll have an even easier time than before getting to the points where you can execute on these after you practice these couple super cheap techniques to get you 50/50s on block and even crazier Oki aim on your discs. That wraps up this advanced guide. If you learned something, get some button practice and hit that like button so it can spread to even more people to learn as well, and helps the channel grow, which is, I don't know, kind of dope. Until next time, be good to yourself. I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you later. Peace!